Okay, a few minutes early here. So just waiting for people to jump on. Oh, this is telling me that I've got a workshop on Wednesday for yoga for health for the lower back. No, I haven't. All cancelled due to lockdown. Okay. Hey, I've got one person watching so far. I know I'm a few minutes early. 2 people watching. Who is it? Johanna. Hey there, Johanna. Nice of you to join me. Who else is there? 4 people watching. Okay. Jump on, give me a wave, say hello. Tell me where you are, where you're checking in from. Just giving it a few minutes for people to get on here. So I hope you've got some. Hey, Ali. Hope you're all right. Anne Lawrenson's here. Fab. Anne. Is Andy with you, Anne? Hope you're both going to be joining in with this one. So we're going to be on the floor tonight. So if you haven't already got yourself some cushions, I've got my cushions all piled up here behind me. I'm not going to maybe not use all of them, but I certainly will be using some of them. Grab yourself some cushions. I was going to give it a few minutes to let people get on here. You all had a lovely day, nice Mothering Sunday, you mums out there. No, it's hard for you mums who are separated from your babies at the moment, young and old. Very blessed to be in lockdown with my mum today. But she had to make me dinner tonight because she does the best roast, you see. She doesn't trust me doing a roast dinner. Lovely. Hi, Jill. Oh yeah, I'm ready for it too. Susie is watching. Can you all hear me all right? Is the sound okay? I've got some music on. Can you hear me? Can you hear my music? Just let me know what's on right now. Is the screen good? Is the sound good? Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me? Just give me a thumbs up or something in the comments if you can hear me. Nobody's given me any thumbs up. We've got 11 watching so far. Anne's given me a like. Thank you, Anne. Thanks. Can hear me. Great. Okay, we all okay? We all good to go? Yeah, all good. Thank you, Johanna. Brilliant. Matty. Hi, Matty. Oh, look, Mum is watching. Mum's upstairs doing a yin yoga on the bed with the dogs. Jill, all good. Great. Okay. Just me. Oh, just you, Anne. Andy, still busy painting stuff and doing his tasks. All good for Matty. Matty down there in Denia. Is everybody on in Spain? Frida, hi Frida. Is everyone who's on at the moment actually in Spain, or have we got anyone from the UK yet jumping on? Because I know I had some UK people going to be coming on. Matty, can you hear any music? Can anyone hear any music? I've just got a little bit of Gavin's on. Great, Gav. Sue Tinkler's here. Brilliant. Bri with you, Sue. Is Bri going to be doing some stretching? Hi, Gav. Hi, Catherine. She's there. Ah, Johanna's in the UK. Fabulous. Brilliant. Johanna or Johanna? Ali. Good. Sounds good. Okay. What time are we? 5:30 right now. So we are going to be doing some yin yoga. I'm going to pop this up here. Amato, Derek's gone for a walk around the villa. Jade's watching. Okay, a little now. Alright, you don't want music? Yeah, soft music. If you've got your own music you want to play, then, pop your own music on. If you've got, so today, I have got my little warm socks on. I've got my comfy pants on, my little woolly, bobbly pants. These are my comfort yoga pants. These are the ones I turn to when I just feel like I need to be snuggled and warm. Okay. Ah, Matty, I've gone. Have I gone for everybody else, or am I still there? Am I still there for everyone, or is it just Matty who's lost me? No, I'm sure I'll come back. Will I come back? Got 20 people on. Am I still here for everyone? Matty's saying I've gone. Still seems to be good my end. Okay, got a thumbs up, got a like. Yeah, I'm there. Okay, great. So maybe Matty's connection. Okay, great. So I've got my warm, comfy clothes on because we are going to be staying on the floor. So whether you've got a yoga mat, whether you're on your carpet, or whether you're lying on your bed. I think it was just you, Matty. Everyone else was still there. So hopefully we'll get through this. So if you haven't got any, quickly grab some cushions. You might want to use your cushions. And hiya Jan, nice of you to join in. We are going to be, and Ruth's made it great, we are going to be getting settled down on the floor. So we're going to get straight into it. So for those of you that have never done yin yoga before, I'm going to explain music rather faint. Do you want the music louder? I don't know if it'll go louder. There we go. Okay. Is that better? Music louder. Okay, so I'm going to be explaining a little bit about yin yoga as we go along. Hope you can hear me over the music. If not, just please let me know. Doesn't matter if the music's faint. Video keeps dropping in and out. Okay, let's just see how it goes. So we are going to start laying down on our back. So we're going to get it's nice and straight on our mats. Legs straight out in front. And we're going to move into our first posture. So the hips are going to stay still. We're not going to move the hips side to side. What we're going to do is use the elbows to push down, and we're going to move from the waist up to the head as far as you can to the left side of your mat. So you're going to wiggle, 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 wiggle. Hips don't move. Hips stay exactly as they are. So on a little angle. And then what you're going to do is walk your feet and your legs same direction as far as you can to the left. Going to walk those feet and legs over. So we've got a banana shape going on with the body, yeah? So the hips stay down. We're not rolling over to the side. This right hip is going to stay down onto the floor. Upper body to the left, the feet to the left. Arms are going to come up overhead. You're going to take hold of the right wrist or the right elbow with that left arm and just gently bring it over a little bit more so you feel it stretch up into the shoulder. If you still feel you've got space down this right side to stretch a little bit deeper, you're going to cross your right leg over your left leg, your right ankle over your left ankle. If that feels too intense, you're going to bring it back down onto the floor, okay? So you don't want to stretch too much, just going to bring that foot back down onto the floor. And we're going to be here for 3 minutes. So you're going to stay there. I'm just going to move a little bit, see what people have said here. Okay, Sasha's watching, Ruth Martin. Hi, Ruth Martin. Video keeps dropping. Okay, so here we go. So I've got my little stopwatch. I am going to put timer on. 3 minutes. Okay, let's go. So to explain a little bit to you, I'm going to do these with you. Right? Explain a little bit to you about yin yoga. First of all, we're going to have to find stillness. We don't want to be fidgeting about, we don't want to be moving around. Just trying to find stillness in your body, which is quite hard because, you know, humanity wants to move and fidget and, oh, I'm not comfortable, I'll just like do this. Every time you move, you create muscle contraction. And with our yin yoga, what we want to do is really allow the muscles to soften, to ease out, and to not have to do any work at all. So we really want to create softness and length in those muscles. So when you move into your posture, recognize where that edge is, where that place of resistance is. And then move back away from there a little bit. So if you think, oh, I can really feel that, my body doesn't want to go anymore, you move back out of that stretch a little bit. Because what will happen if you push too quickly into that place of resistance, your body will tense up to protect itself. Your muscles are going to contract in fear of them being stretched too far. So know where that resistance is. Recognize that, respect it, honor it, move away a little bit, and then see if you can relax completely. Now, right now I'm talking to you, and I know that my thighs are tensed up. I can feel the tension in my thighs, even though I'm just lying here. my bum muscles are tense, so I'm just going to kind of really try and relax that bum down into the floor. So that's your first challenge, is really trying to bring stillness into your body, even when it's uncomfortable. So we're going to have some positions which are going to feel a little bit uncomfortable, and that's okay, because sometimes life gets uncomfortable, but we don't always run away from it. So we're going to find that little space, might be sweet discomfort, and we're just going to be with it. We're going to breathe with it. How long have we been here? Oh, maybe 2.5 minutes. Another few seconds to go, another few breaths. So that's your first challenge, is finding stillness in your body. Just a few more breaths right here. There's the end of our 3 minutes for this side. So nice and slow. If your ankles are crossed right now, you're going to uncross that ankle. And we're going to walk the feet, the legs, the upper body. Oh, just bring it all back to the center of the mat. Nice and straight. Let the spine ease out. And then we're going to come over to the other side. So again, from your hips up, so the hips stay nice and still. You're going to wiggle from waist, ribs, chest, shoulders as far as you can to the right, keeping both shoulders and both hips on the floor. So your shoulder blades, the back of your hips stay on the floor. And then the legs, we're going to walk the legs as far as we can to the right. Oh, a bit stiffer down this side, not as much movement for me, my left side. Arms up overhead, taking hold of the left wrist or the left elbow. Let those arms relax behind. Now, if your arms don't touch the floor, I don't want you to hover up here. Take a cushion and let the arms rest on the cushion. Okay? So we're over there to the right. If that still feels good, crossing your left ankle over your right ankle. Feel that stretch down this left side, intensify just a little bit more. Just be there and breathe with it. So in this stretch, you might be feeling anything down the side there, anything down that left side, creating space through the shoulder, through the rib cage, the waist, around the hips, down the leg. You might feel it down through the IT band, this piece of connective tissue. I didn't click this watch. How long have we done here? About 30 seconds. This piece of connective tissue that attaches the back of the hips to the lower leg. And you might feel a stretch anywhere down here, wrapping around the knee. Just really open up. It's great to open up through the sides of the body. Hope you're all still with me. I'm not talking to myself. So just breathing into it. Breathing into that left lung, the left rib cage. So the other challenge you're going to have, as well as stillness of the body, is going to be stillness of the mind. So your mind will want to be going on a little journey. Maybe you've been feeling quite anxious with everything happening, and the mind's getting a bit carried away and creating all kinds of scenarios. So when your mind starts to do this, your yoga practice, your meditation practice is being aware of what's happening in your mind and bringing it back to what's happening right here, right now, in your body and your breath. So the great place to always bring your mind back to is your breath. Just feeling the inhale, feeling the exhale. Noticing the places in your body that might be starting to tense up a little bit. I'm going to be moving around more than you while I'm looking at the screen and checking the timing. So I want you to be nice and still though. Really feel yourself melt down into the floor. Notice if you're holding tension in your toes around the knees, around the fingers, in the jaw. And use your exhale. Exhale is really important. Use that exhale to really let go and soften. Few more breaths. How are we doing? Oh, feels great down that side. We don't open up the side body enough. We're always moving forwards or backwards, but we never really get into the sides of the body. So I'm feeling it around the waist, through the shoulder. Just a few more breaths here. Just bringing stillness to body, stillness to mind. Okay. So 3 minutes on this side. All done. So we're going to release the arms. We're going to uncross the ankles if your ankle is uncrossed. If your ankle's crossed, bring it back to center. Bend in the knees. And just rolling over onto one side. And pressing down on the floor and bringing ourselves up to seated. Oh, who's on? Who's joined me? Dee Williamson, Kim Mortimer. Hey Kim. Jennifer Lawrence. Oh, hi everybody. Thanks so much for dropping in. Okay, so coming into our next posture, which is a seated forward fold. All of our postures tonight doing on the floor or on your bed. So normally in our yoga, we're thinking about lengthening the spine, we're thinking about extending, we're moving from the hips, we want straightness of the legs. In our yin yoga, it's very different. We want to be able to soften and round. So I'm going to show you from the side. So all we're going to do here, hips, waist, chest, just going to round over. And let the head come towards the knee. Now if you're very tight in your hamstrings or your lower back, you might want to use one of your pillows or one of your big cushions to just pop under the knees there. This is actually a little bit too big for me, but pop it under the knees, give the knees that support, relax over. Oh, it feels so good, it's just a nice stretch down the spine. Or you might want to use this instead under your belly, your chest. Give your chest something to rest on. Again, that feels really good as well. But these are just there, it's personal use. You don't have to use a cushion or a prop. You can just allow yourself to let go. So, toes, neither pointed or flexed, just relax those toes. Remember, we don't want tension anywhere in the body. I've just seen a message pop up saying, how do I get on? Sorry, I can't answer you in Messenger, I'm busy teaching a class. So, oh, Fiona's here, hi darling. Okay, so we're just softening, relaxing, breathing. Got about 3 minutes in all of our postures tonight. So what we're doing with our yin yoga practice is we're really getting into the connective tissues of the body. It's called the fascia. And the fascia sits underneath the skin, sits around those, like the tendons, the ligaments, sits around the joints, and sits around the organs as well. So it's not so much about muscle length here, it's more about getting into that fascia. Often that's the fascia that holds us back in our flexibility. If you think about scar tissue gets really tight, think about that fascia as like a scar tissue, and our yin yoga practice just starts to soften it and ease it up. So there's no force, there's no strain. We're not trying to reach our toes, we're not trying to let the head come onto the shins. We are just softening and relaxing. And breathing, just think about your breath. Inhaling, exhaling through the nose. Noticing the places where you're holding on to some tension. You might not even realise it's happening. You might feel that you're soft and relaxed and you feel some tension behind the eyes or maybe in the toes, around the knees. Just let it go. Right here, maybe the tension you're feeling is around the back of the hips, muscles down the back. Okay, just breathe into it, let it go. If you're tight around here, you might be in the hamstrings, but there's no force. Please don't force anything. Let your body open in its own time. We're just breathing. We're just being here and breathing. A few more breaths right here. Relax the head, relax the neck. I keep looking at the phone as if I'm watching you. It's like I always watch around my class, so I keep lifting my head up to see you, and obviously I can't see you. I'd like to be able to see you. Sarah Longlegs. Did you miss the start, Sarah? Okay. So 3 minutes here. So we didn't just want to jump up here because you want to protect your back. So we're going to take the hands next to the thighs there. Pull up the pelvic floor, pull in the belly because these are your muscles to protect your back. And when the belly is pulled in, we're going to push down into the floor. We're going to lift the chest. Just take the hands behind a little bit and lift your heart up to the sky. Shoulders back, heart is high. Oh, release. Nice. Great stuff. So we're going to bend the knees, staying seated, feet together, and I'm just going to let the knees drop open. So see my feet here are not right up to the groin. Okay, they're a little bit further away, so they've got this nice diamond shape. Again, if you've got cushion, you might want to place that onto the belly and just relax over your cushion. Oh, I've been so looking forward to this class. Nice. We're going to be here 3 minutes. I think tonight's class is going to go on a little bit longer than the usual 30 minutes. Oh, Maddie's got on. Hey, Maddie. So we'll just see how we go. I've got a few postures I'd like to get through tonight. So I'm not going to use this cushion. I'm going to take it away. Your arms can be anywhere that feels comfortable. So you might have your hands on your feet. You might be up here. This might be enough for you. In which case, see if you can rest on your cushion to allow your body to relax. So there's no tension in your back trying to keep your back up. Or your hands can be outside your thighs. Or they might come underneath the shins and wrap around to take hold of the feet. You might have the elbows on the floor and you want to rest your chin in your hands. Okay, whatever is good for you right now. Just use that exhale to allow it to relax. I know what will happen for some of you is that you're going to start to feel this on the inside of the thighs. You're going to start to feel this on the inside of the legs. And you're going to tense up. You're going to start to want to lift your knees up away from the floor. Okay, just let gravity do the work. Just let gravity do it. If it feels too much, cushion either side, underneath the thighs. And let the legs rest on a cushion. So there's nothing for you to do. There's nothing your body needs to do right now. Just relax, release, and let go. Notice what's happening in your body. Notice what's happening in your mind. Yin yoga is, or any yoga is, a meditation practice. Because meditation is about being aware and being present. It's very, yoga is very mindful. Meditation is awareness and concentration. So trying to concentrate on a single thing. The breath is always the best thing to come back to. And awareness of when your concentration moves away from that place, that object. So I'm thinking about the breath, I'm thinking about the breath. Oh, I wonder what I'm having for dinner tomorrow. Oh, I'm thinking about the breath. So just being aware. let gravity do the work. I know you might be feeling it in the hips. Don't tense up, let them go. Just use your exhale. Okay, and the same as when we came up from our forward fold, we're going to pull in the belly, pelvic floor lifting, belly is in, and push down into the hands to lift the chest. Oh, it's okay to groan as well, outside of the feet. Sarah, long legs, are you groaning? Wait for it. Oh, bring those thighs together. Nice. And just to counter that, hands behind, lift the chest. Okay, so we're going to come onto the hands and knees. This is the only thing that frustrates me about yin yoga, is this transition we have to do from the back to the front, because it's a long way to go, isn't it? So swing those legs around, come up onto the hands and knees. So we've done a few forward folds where our back has been rounded in this position. We now really want to open up the back. So I'm going to come onto the side for a moment just so that you can see. Our knees are wide so that we feel balanced, but our hips are going to stay right over the knees here. So we're not going to let the hips come forward. Just gone off screen. The hips are going to stay over the knees. Going to move back a little bit. Hips are going to stay over the knees. We're going to start to walk the arms forward. Arms come forward, 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 forward. And we let the chest sink down towards the floor. It's called puppy pose. So you've seen your little doggy is doing this stretch. Bum's in the sky, tail is high, chest comes down towards the floor. And you're going to stay there. I'm going to turn around because no one wants to see my bum in the air. So we've got just 2 minutes here, because this is quite an intense one if you're not used to this. So again, watch those hips don't drop forward. We don't want the hips on the heels. Bum is high to the sky, chest is towards the floor. Yin Yogas call this pose puppy pose. The true name for this posture is Anahatasana. Anahata is heart, it's Sanskrit for heart. So it's heart posture. So every exhale you have, just feel your heart melting down towards the floor. Feel the space in the shoulders, the space in the upper back, no tension on the neck. Few breaths. You should be able to feel yourself and hear yourself breathing here. Really take in those full breaths. I hope you can hear me with my face down into the mat here. Full breaths. Gets quite intense around the shoulders. If you need to move out of it, just bring those arms back a little bit, come down to the elbows, relax the neck. Just got a few more seconds here, a few more breaths. For those of you that really get comfortable in this posture, if you have a rolled up yoga mat or a rolled up blanket, you can put underneath your forearms to keep the forearms lifted off the floor, and then you've got more space to let your chest really come down towards the floor and really open up through those shoulders. Okay, there's our 2 minutes. We're going to press down into the floor. Oh, it's a big stretch, isn't it, for the upper back? Nice. Bring those arms in. I'm going to bring the knees slightly closer together, and this time we're going to bring the bottom towards the heels. So coming into what's called a child's pose. Now your knees can be together and you can rest your belly over your thighs, or my preference is to have the knees a little bit wider to let the belly and the rib cage drop down through the thighs. We're going to reach forward again. Few breaths. Now if your knees don't like this position, so please don't force your knees, be really, really careful. And if your knees don't like this position, we're going to come onto the bum, bend the knees, and we're just going to hug the thighs, and let the head rest onto the knees. Right. You just want to feel this length again in the back. But otherwise, the rest of us, bum towards the heels, stretch out in front. It's a couple of minutes here. I've got a little incense stick burning. My nice cushions around me. My comfy, woolly, bobbly yoga pants. I mean, these yoga pants are so bobbly, it's unbelievable. I wouldn't be seen in public in these, but as it's only us here, that's alright. So using your breath. Yin yoga is like a big hug, and I've tried to use a lot of postures tonight that are kind of on that yin restorative type, so they're not too stressful, they're not too uncomfortable. Feel the breath right through the back of the body, back of the rib cage opening. Feel the abdomen, the ribs pressing onto the thighs. Let's keep looking up to make sure you're still there. Okay, I'm going to start to move out of this now. So if you are on your knees here, we're going to come up onto the hands. Oh, I'm going to bring, D Barlow, hey D, long time, hope you're alright. We're going to come back round onto the bum. Oh, that's nice. So we've done 30 minutes, but there's got a couple more postures that I'd really like to get in if you've got time to stay with me, because I really want to do a little twist and a supported bridge pose. So we're going to do our twist first, and then when I bring you into bridge, you're just going to stay there for as long as you want to. Okay, so our twist first is going to be a wide-legged twist. So we're coming down onto the back again. Shoulder blades against the floor, knees are bent and our feet are wide. So I don't want the feet together, you want your feet as wide as your mat, quite close towards the bottom. Maybe you can just reach your heels, maybe just a little bit further out of reach. Hands on the floor, so you can take like goalpost arms. So if my elbow is in line with my shoulder, the backs of the hands are on the floor, so my arms are in this position. And then we're going to let both knees drop over to the right. So your left knee is going to hover over your right ankle there. And then you can look over. If it feels okay in your neck, you can look over to the left there. And we're just going to hang out here for a few minutes. Where's my stopwatch? Where's my timer? Okay, I love this little twist. It feels very different than if we had the left knee on top of the right knee. Feels like a much different twist. When we have one knee on top of the other, we twist up the spine a little bit more. In this posture where the feet are wider and that knee is hovering over the right ankle, you'll feel more of a stretch, again down this IT band, this piece of fascia that attaches the back of the hip to the lower leg. So you might feel a stretch anywhere from the lower back, the waist, down the outside of this left thigh, down towards the knee. Anywhere there, just feels really nice. Again, if this right knee is bothering you coming down towards the floor, you can take a cushion, pop it under that right knee, just give it a little bit of support. Okay, we're just using gravity, we're just letting the body open in its own time. No force. Using the breath. Nice long breaths. Relax into it. Feel the hips relax. The toes, the ankles, the belly, the muscles along the spine. I just realised as I was talking you through that and going up the body that I had muscles contracted around my lower abdomen and through the front of the hip flexors. So it's just always nice to give yourself that body scan. Just pause and use your breath, release, relax. Also just realise that my right bum cheek, those big glute muscles, they were tensed up as well. Probably trying to keep my thigh off this cold floor. Should have put a blanket down underneath as well. Okay, just a few more seconds here. Does it feel good? So I don't expect to see anybody commenting right now. I hope you're all just really relaxing and feeling good in your posture. But afterwards, maybe you could just pop a little comment in, let me know how you got on, if you found it nice, if you found it too easy or too challenging, or if I'm talking too much. Because I can't see you, I don't want to go too quiet in case you think my screen is frozen and I've disappeared. So just trying to keep some movement or sound going on my end. Okay, nice and slowly bring those knees back to center, and it's okay to go and let those knees drop over to the left. And if it feels okay on your neck, you can look to the right side. If it doesn't feel good on your neck, just look straight up to the top. I bought a really beautiful light fitting for this room. It's when I do my massages and treatments, and if I have any private yoga lessons, I do them in this little room. And I've got a really lovely light fitting. And I'm sitting here staring at it right now. Very nice. I might put a different coloured bulb in there. At the moment it's got a white bulb. I'll put something else in. So just noticing how it feels this side. It might feel a little bit more open on this side for you, or it might feel a little bit more restricted. Maybe you feel that stretch in a different place. And maybe you don't feel a stretch at all, and that's okay. So remember, with our yoga, we don't always have to feel an intense stretch. Particularly with our yin yoga, magic is still happening. It's all still taking place inside. So I think my first yoga class I went to was 6 years ago, maybe. So I've been practicing about 20 plus years, maybe 30 years. But the first time I did yin was only about 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years. And I just didn't get it. I just didn't understand. I was kind of quite physical in my yoga practice. I wanted to do lots of, challenging, bendy, flexy things, particularly in my 20s. But now I absolutely understand. And since I started practicing yin yoga, it has brought more flexibility into my regular yoga practice, my hatha yoga practice, which is my love of yoga with hatha. But yin yoga has definitely brought more openness and flexibility into my body. And also, since I've been more interested in meditation and being more mindful and really enjoying that quiet time just with the breath, yin yoga is like my hot chocolate. It's like if I'm feeling kind of, or maybe not quite so energized, or when you just feel a little bit blah, yin yoga is my go-to yoga then. Make it snuggly, make it warm, make it comfortable. Okay, we're just about here on this side. So nice and slow, going to move back to the center. Bring those knees back. Now hopefully you've got your cushions within arm's reach, so you're not going to have to move very far to grab your cushions. I'm going to use one of my yoga cushions. These are given to me by my lovely yoga teacher friend Nicole Stone. They come in so useful for you. They're really solid. They're very, very solid. If you've got yoga blocks, little blocks, you might want to use these now, but it's okay if you haven't. You can use, oh, Elizabeth Clare is on. Hi Elizabeth. You can use a cushion. So what we're going to do, you're going to bring the feet in towards the bum. You're going to push down into the feet and lift those hips and take your cushion, your block, your blanket, whatever. I'm quite flexible in my back and in my hips, so I've come up quite high on this cushion. That's right, but even if you've just got a squashy cushion, that's okay, that's okay. But what I want you to do is place it at the back of the hips. So not under the bum cheeks, not in the lower back, at the back of the hips, this flat sacrum joint here. So this is what's going to be resting on your cushion. Oh, and Jane Potter's arrived. Okay, so if you've missed any of these classes, or you've just joined in late and thought, oh, I didn't realise it was going on, it's going to be there on my Yogalistic site, like forever, so you can join in anytime. So hips are resting on the cushion. Just going to let yourself go. What we're going to do here, you've got a choice. You can keep the feet on the floor, keep the knees bent, or if you want to take a deeper stretch in the front of the hip flexors, the front of the body, you can let those legs come out straight towards the floor. This is going to create more of a back bend. You're going to feel more of a stretch right through the quads, hip flexors, the abdomen. Feels really nice. And if you want to take that a little bit deeper, arms come up over the head. Again, I'm going to take hold of the elbows and let those arms rest down towards the floor behind. Remember, if they don't reach the floor, your cushion, your rolled up blanket, just let them rest on the back there. And this is going to really feel like a beautiful opening through the front of the body, up through the shoulders. But remember, if it's too much on your lower back, too much in your back, keep the knees bent, keep the feet to the floor. Take this support lower. Okay. So, we're not in any challenge here. There's no challenge. You listen to your body, it's the most important thing. I can show you the postures, but I don't know how it feels for you inside. And I can't see anybody grimacing in pain. Can I, Sarah Longlegs? No pigeon tonight. Maybe next week we'll do some pigeon, eh? So tonight I just want to give you a little bit of an all-over yin practice in this short time that we've got. So we've worked through the back of the body with some forward folds. We've worked through hips with our butterfly poses, back of the hips. We've worked through the shoulders and the upper back with our puppy poses. On the side body, we definitely opened the side body with our first banana pose. And now just opening the front of the body as well. So just trying to give you a little bit of an all-over yin practice. Just relax and enjoy. Remember your stillness. Stillness in the body. Stillness in the mind. Try not to fidget. Trying to let go. Relax. Release, enjoy, let go. Few breaths. Feels so nice to just stretch out the abdomen and those internal organs, just creating lots of space around the digestive system. Feeling the diaphragm opening. you're feeling really comfortable here, I would suggest you stay here. Or, to finish off, you're going to bend the knees again. This is just a suggestion. If you want to,